And we are speaking probably for almost the last serious time, then the nation can choose to support destruction of their children or join us and speak the truth. We are not opposed to any curriculum. Train us and we'll deliver. But as long as we are not trained, we will not do that. The Ministry of Education decision to incorporate TUSOME and other projects in the curriculum reform process without involvement of key stakeholders and without evidence from evaluation studies that TUSOME is an ineffective approach is gambling with the learners of this nation. 11, the lack of knowledge from policymakers and government to realize that resources needed for the competency-based education paradigm are different from the ones needed in the objective-based curriculum, since competence-based education involves a shift from passive to active learning. Hence, the infrastructure needed is different. And we stated it right from the beginning. You can't roll out CBC without investing in infrastructure. And the rollout alone was put by the external assessor, Professor Aira and team, at $365 billion to commence. $365 billion. And these are facts that have come out in terms of classrooms and many other issues. This includes infrastructure for learning, assessment, and capacity building of teachers. Right now, I want even some of you men and women in the media who have been reporting on education, give this nation the assessment framework of CBC that is working now. It is not there at all. 12, Kenya is not a failed state to implement a curriculum that is developed by foreigners and imposed on us by foreigners. The World Bank are actively in it, the UNICEF. We are a free and independent country. And we ask the leadership of this country to reflect on the sovereignty of this nation through education and the rights of children. You can't allow foreigners to run this process and to benefit even from the business. What happened after the 19th of December when we agreed that we engage in piloting for another 1 year so that we can have time to fix the gaps, to train the teachers, to address the shortcomings. The recommendations, we agree with them very strongly, that based on the findings and conclusions of this study, the following recommendations on the implementation of CBC were made by the researchers and we adopt as a union. 1, that since no research was done to justify the change from the outcome-based curriculum framework, no research, no summative research was done on the 844. Let anybody give us a report, a research that justifies the same. A shift from the outcome-based to CBC framework. Education stakeholders, we are being fair. Education stakeholders should commission summative evaluation of the pilot of the CBC. We are not even demanding summative evaluation of 844. Summative evaluation of the CBC piloting to determine its effect on learners. This means that CBC should not be implemented in grade 4. Rolling out to roll out again in grade 4 will be taking education system in this country from disaster to disaster. Because even it is more complicated in grade 4. Because you need smaller class sizes and at least minimum of 3 teachers in every learning session. Smaller class sizes, minimum of 3 teachers who are pedagogically equipped to deliver. It will be more complicated in grade 4. Yes, before it is implemented in grade 4, before the result of the summative evaluation show that it is a better approach than the outcome-based curriculum. We must be convinced through research that the country is ready, the capacity of teachers, the ability, the infrastructure, so that it can be rolled out. 2, in terms of recommendation, after the evaluation, Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, in cooperation with qualified university dons and curriculum experts, should conduct a comprehensive revision of CBC for pre-primary grades, grade 1, grade 2, and 3. In its current form, it cannot deliver. And you have seen in the findings, it can. It's not possible. The Ministry of Education should initiate a mechanism for systematic in-service and pre-service training of teachers on CBC. We've had Professor Magoha promise Kenyans that he'll make sure that he'll deliver. May we remind him that he is a surgeon. This is not medicine. This is education. And you cannot force it. And it has to be done procedurally and professionally. Third recommendation, the Ministry of Education should commission, and we welcome Professor. Since he believes in research, let us communicate through research. Table a research paper that summative evaluation has been done, there is a national conference, the right procedure has been done. We shall give you a salute. But if it is about shouting around and dictating, that will not deliver. It will destroy this country. And the tragedy is that those who come to destroy education, they disappear into darkness and leave a huge problem with us. Whether they are politicians or technocrats who are piloting, we should never experiment on the children of this country.